tonight. What is our love without you? What is our touch without you? What is it all about? It's about loving the connection. It's about trusting the connection. Light the sky on fire, attraction. You don't gotta think twice to get a connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. Hold on, please hold on. We're trying to figure something out. Your touch is all gone. Way we've been acting so wrong. Not what we're about. Yeah. We need a sense of productivity when we work it out. If we can pick up the pieces we dropped when we were down, it'll be about loving the connection. Be about trusting the connection. We light the sky on fire with attraction. You don't gotta think twice to get a connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection. Whoa, 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 whoa. Connection, connection.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the StoryArk Festival.
We're about trusting the connection. We light the sky on fire with attraction. You don't gotta think twice to get a connection. Thank y'all so much. Hi, y'all. We're so glad you're here, y'all.
Thank you very much, None Above. We are delighted to have you here. None Above is a sibling band that has been seen on the 13th season of America's Got Talent. They play original music, and their second album is going to be out this fall, so check it out. Also, fun fact, they are going to be on The Current tonight. Playing on the radio, 89.3. So please listen to them. Again, you'll hear them during intermission and at the end of the StoryArk Festival. But hey, None Above, if you'd play some instrumental music for us right now, as we talk about what StoryArk is, it would sure be wonderful to hear that music in the background. So my name is Stephanie Atkins. I'm the Executive Director of StoryArk, and we are delighted that you are all here for the StoryArk Festival, South Central Minnesota. At StoryArk, we ask students, what's your story? How do you want to tell it? And they answer in ways that constantly amaze me through podcasts, film, poetry, prose, comics, a song, really any way that you can tell a story. And in the process, not only are they transformed, but they transform the audience who grows in empathy and understanding of the student experience. So we are so delighted that thanks to the Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation and also the Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council, we were able to offer a 3-week storytelling camp in June that ends with this celebration this afternoon, where you are going to experience some of the best storytelling as students share their original podcast, short films, and literary arts. You'll receive just a sampling of the work today, but the good news is that all of it will be can be read in the mini magazine that you got in your welcome packet, will be a part of the digital program, which will be updated, and also will be online on our website. And we'll make sure you have all of that information in an email that'll follow after this event. So we are student initiated and student led, which means that we hire our StoryArk alumni to come and implement and plan our programming. So I am so delighted that you will get to meet them tonight. But first, I'm going to introduce our EP who serves as our Zoom ambassador, our Zoomologist, Summer Day. Summer Day has been with StoryArk since 8th grade and now is a sophomore at Michigan Tech. So we're so delighted, Summer Day, to have you here. And I'm going to turn it over to you to just give a little bit of a Zoom housekeeping tip.
Yes, hello. Thank you all so much for being here. Like Stephanie said, I'm Summer Day. I act as StoryArk's Zoom tech person for helping with all of those tech problems. So if you have any problems during the festival, please just private message me in the chat and I will help you get that all sorted out. For now, I appreciate all of you having your videos off. We are going to use a fun feature of Zoom where it's called Hide Non-Video Participants. So there are 2 ways to turn on Hide Non-Video Participants. If you are able to see everyone's hidden videos, you're able to go up to the 3 dots in the top right corner of their screen. And if you click on those, an options bar will drop down and you can click Hide Non-Video Participants from there. If you're not able to do that, you are also able to go into your camera settings. So how you do that is going to your video settings. On a computer, you go to the Stop Video little button down in the bottom left, and there is a caret there that you can click and go to Video Settings. And from there, you are able to scroll down and select Hide Non-Video Participants.
Thank you so much, Summer Day, and none above, thank you so much for playing this instrumental underneath us. I feel like there should be a drum roll because we are now going to have Charles Carpenter join us all the way from Hollywood, California. Charles is an actor, assistant director, acting coach. He's best known for his roles in Birds of Prey, 911, Animal Kingdom, Dexter, No Ordinary Family, Bones, and so much more. He teaches acting at the Storytelling Conservatory, and he is also the co-author of the Shield of Destiny fantasy series. So Charles, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here to be a part of StoryArk. I love every single second I have with you guys.
Well, we're very fortunate, Charles, because all of the students just really appreciate and love you. So I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to disappear because this is student initiated, student led, and nobody needs me anymore. So I'm going to say bye and have you introduce those amazing EPs.
Fantastic. And now, starting off at 5'4" tall from Concordia University, singer, songwriter, musician known for her breathtaking voice, Cadence. And at 5'5" tall from Minneapolis Century College, he loves shredding on the guitar. This is the new Prince of Minnesota, Bennett. And at 5'8", originally from St. Peter Public High School, but attending St. Mary's University of Minnesota in the fall. She has danced for 15 years. We call her the Comet. You may call her Haley. And at 5 foot even, from the University of St. Thomas, this lover of caffeine is known for her community activism and empowering other youth to share their authentic selves. Give it up for Leslie. And At a height of 5'4" tall, not here in person, but definitely in our hearts, from the University of Wisconsin River Falls, making magic through storytelling, it is Eli! And now, at 5'5", from Los Angeles, California, she is universally known as one of the best young actors of her age. Give it up for Emma! And now, our host with the most. Watch out, it's double trouble from this dynamic duo. First, at 5'11" tall, from Columbia College, Chicago, often found guzzling coffee and covered in cat hair, I give you the one, the only, the brilliant, Bacon! And finally, at a height of 5'7" tall, a graduate of Mankato East High School. She loves photography and film, and her name means apple in Somali. Tuba!
Hey, thank you so much for those awesome introductions, Charles. And now, so funny, I'm so sorry. But now I have another guest to introduce. Our very excellent celebrity co-host joining us to make a trio. We have Pamela Femright, who's a Mankato public school teacher, a local actor, commercial model, and voiceover artist. Pamela is a creative director and stylist for photo shoots, and she also enjoys telling stories through poetry and spending time with her husband, Lyle, her family, and her two dogs, Bronze and Jojo.
Thank you, Peyton and Tufa. So glad to join you today.
We are so excited to have you with us. It's going to be a blast this evening. So I would like to kick things off for you at home. You should have received a package in the mail from us here at StoryArk. We have a couple fun goodies in there for you to explore. First of all, you should find yourself a little fidget buster, which I don't have with me, but it's a little spinny guy, you know. Which we gave to you because we here at StoryArk like to encourage people to use their hands while they're doing, their online programming to help focus and, to keep active. Additionally, you should find some candy because, hey, it's a festival and candy's very important for that. And finally, we have Play-Doh, which is for a fun activity later on that I'm not going to give much details for, but, while you have it, feel free to play with it for now, but keep that in check for a fun activity later on. Wink. Tufa, what else do we have?
We also have bingo. It's a bit blurry, but yeah. You can play along while we go through all the other events such as poetry, comics, and all the things that mine has a bit blurry, but and then we also have by the way, there's no prizes because we're just here for the fun.
The prize is satisfaction of winning.
Sorry, but it's all good. And then we also have excerpts from our students' work. All creative endeavors can be found on our mini magazine. It's blurry, but it's there.
Boom site.
Go to our boom site, yeah.
Mini mag. This is what it looks like, and it has a light bulb on it, right?
Yeah.
Illuminating our.
It's a better picture.
Speaking of illumination, thank you for that transition word. I would like to give thanks to the Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation, which allowed 3 districts to come together for one storytelling camp, which we had divided into 3 different teams of podcast, film, and literary arts. Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council supports this festival. So we'd also like to say thank you to them.
Yeah.
Great. Keep going. You're doing awesome. Woohoo! Get some little energy going here, guys.
Yeah.
So I would like to also introduce I would also like to talk about the students that we have that participated in our camp. They're from Mankato, they're from JWP, and they're from St. Peter, woo, our favorite towns. And together through this camp, we were able to learn about each other through storytelling. We were able to get metro, small city, small town, and rural district representation. Yeah, so I'd like to do a little fun thing for you guys. Write down one thing where you're from, and then like I'm from Mankato, for example, and my favorite thing about Mankato is I love how small it is and how like the community that I have a wonderful Somali community in Mankato, and I love them all. So write one thing that you love about your town.
So drop it in the chat. Write
Yeah.
your town and write what your favorite thing is about living in that town.
See,
And
loving
Pamela
the
will
food
read it.
in Madison Lake. I just have to mention the cheese curds. I'm from River Falls. I have to promote our cheese curds.
I would say the best thing I love about Mankato is because I'm from Minneapolis. I love that there's no traffic. Can I get a woohoo for no traffic, guys? Right?
Yeah, I do love that.
We also have Charles from Los Angeles. He says traffic is well. Mankato, she loves the beautiful nature. From St. Peter, they love the quietness. We also have someone from St. Peter. They love the band that plays in St. Peter's as well. I think I missed part of it. Oh, the Rock Bend Festival. Anybody know anything about the Rock Bend Festival? So it's something that maybe you can check out sometimes and look it up for St. Peter's.
Mentioned a couple times, so I have to say it's going to Walmart as a form of entertainment. Well, fantastic. I'm glad to see all these great things about all the places you guys live. But I have to, if you want to keep talking in the chat, you can feel free to. But I do have to bring us back to our camps, which incorporated all of these fantastic places, or 3 of these fantastic places, because you guys are from all over. So just to quick give you a look-see of how camp worked. We started out camp, getting a storytelling camp with getting to know you activities similar to this one, where we talked about things that are important to us and places that we're from, so we can get to know each other as icebreakers. And then we had guest speakers come and visit us for Q&A sessions where we EPs would get the questions started, and then participants would put further questions in the chat, which, hey, we're going to replicate real quick while we bring back Charles Carpenter from that great introduction. We have part of his reel to show you so that you can see Charles in action. So I will toss it on over to our, there we go.
Soft ID only, we still need confirmation. There was another person in the car with him.
Brother?
Could be. Whoever it was ditched the car, took the VIX ID and the car's plates, got picked up in another vehicle to flee the scene. As soon as we get confirmation this is your guy, we can transfer the case right over to you guys.
This is our car.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Now, I would just like to quickly ask about your acting career. So could you tell us a little bit more about that? Give us some insight into who you are, what you do.
Gosh, thank you. By the way, I absolutely love, again, as I said, I love everything about StoryArk and everything that you guys are doing. I feel very grateful to be a part of it with you guys. I have been a professional actor since 1994. In that time, I have been in over 130 national commercials, TV shows, films, you name it. I've kind of done it. I'm very grateful. I've been very, very blessed to be able to do what I love for this song. And now as an acting teacher and a writer, I have just taken my love for storytelling in different avenues and directions. And that's one of the greatest things that I love about StoryArk. You guys,
What do you think,
a foundational place.
What do you think?
They're a place of support and upliftance where people can get together and build and fellowship and share. You guys, the youth pushes everything about StoryArk, and I absolutely love everything about it. The creativity that you guys are going to see is absolutely mind-blowing, and it is great to know that as stewards of the arts and of moving us forward into the oncoming years, we are in good hands with these kids.
Oh, there we go. Stephanie beat me to typing that out. But thank you, Charles. We love having you around so very, very much. It's always a pleasure to work with you. Do you have anything, you want to share about your experiences working with StoryArk? Anything in particular you want to?
Yeah, the thing that blows me away is just the creativity of all the kids that are here. It's because it can be a rather daunting task to get together and get into a room, either virtual the way we're doing it now or in person, and have to get together and coalesce with these other people. And this is a collaborative art form, so somebody has an idea, somebody else builds on it, somebody else can come in and edit and craft that idea. You have to have performers to bring it to life, but every single piece in the puzzle is no more or less important than any other. So to have everybody come in and feel as though what they're saying is important, and to speak with their true, original, authentic voices to tell stories, it really gives me hope. And it gives me hope for the future. It gives me hope that these wonderful, beautiful, creative minds are here. And for all the kids, for your parents, kudos to you guys for giving these kids the opportunity to step in here and to shine and to grow, because what we need more than ever are beautiful, intelligent, brilliant voices who will speak up and share their creativity, share what it is to be a young up and coming mind in this world, and to show all us old fogies how it's done, and to show everybody coming up beneath them where they can go, what they can achieve, what mountains they can climb and they can summit. So I have had nothing but great experiences working with actors here, working with writers here, working with the directors here. It has been absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you so much. I know both of us just could give glowing reviews of the other for StoryArk, and then
please no more. Don't say anything else, please.
Oh, we have a question from Emma, who asks, what was your favorite role so far?
Gosh, my favorite role. Geez, that's it. I was on a soap opera for a number of years called General Hospital, and I was an EMT on that, and so a firefighter. So I got to show up and pretend to be a firefighter, which I really dug, because my brother is actually a Los Angeles City firefighter. So he is a hero. I just play like one on TV. I'm much better looking than he is, so of course. But I would probably say that was my favorite, just because it got me close to doing what my brother does, and I'm a big fan of his.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, we have another question from Tufa, and I recognize that we have to get you going at 4:30 because you have a commercial to film. But I suppose probably for maybe our final question, once we can get another short one in. Tufa asks, what is the biggest challenge for creative people in today's fast-paced world? Which I really like as a question.
The biggest challenge is in not believing that your voice matters. That's the biggest challenge. And you have to understand that you have been gifted with the amazing ability to change people's minds, their ideas, their viewpoints, to make people feel, to bring somebody from one state of being into another. And it is important. What you have to say means something. What you have to say matters in this tapestry, this kaleidoscope of emotions and sensations that we experience as we go through life. You must understand that you have a place, that it isn't meant for the others. It isn't meant for just whoever is out in the periphery, or no, they're in Hollywood, so they're important. No, you have a voice, you have a say. It is every bit as important and vital, more than ever, for you to get that voice and that message and that opinion out there into the world.
It's put so beautifully.
Well, I am a writer, so.
So it's always excellent. Wait. Oh goodness. Okay. So we have another question. Got room in here for one more?
I got a room. It's shutting me up. It's the problem. So.
What do you think makes a story good, or I guess suppose like worth listening to?
You know what? There is a philosophy in the system of Kung Fu that I train that is very simple, but it is something to which I've tried to adhere and what I espouse in my life. And it is, from the greatest sincerity comes the greatest achievement. And so I think that if you have a sincere story to tell, if you have something that means something to you, that's the most important thing, because then you're going to take the time to create characters that are three-dimensional and nuanced and layered. You're going to find scenarios that will challenge us, that will push our perspectives, that will make us look deeper into ourselves to try to understand the story. So I think that sincerity is really the cornerstone for just about any story, because it's going to make you, the artist, want to continue to delve into that story and create it and build it. And if you love it, if you invest that passion into it, it's more likely that we will come in and invest our passion into it.
Again, excellently stated. So thank you so much for coming on and chatting with all of us. I would like to give a fond farewell. I would also like to, if anyone would like to just wave goodbye to Charles, feel free to turn your camera on and give him a great farewell. Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us. It's always a treat, as I've mentioned before.
You guys are awesome. You guys are in my heart. I feel so very honored and grateful and humbled to be a part of StoryArk in whatever small way I can be. So y'all be well. Have a great festival.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Break a leg.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Moving swiftly on from that. Were you going to say something, Pamela?
No, I was not. Go ahead, Tufa.
Okay, moving swiftly from that, we love Charles.
Yes.
We have a celebrity shout out. Woo! We have other guests, including Ken Levin, and he is a Emmy Award winning writer of MASH, Cheer, Frasier, and The Simpsons. So here's a video.
Hi, I'm Ken Levine. I'm a TV writer and also a TV director. It's been a pleasure for me to interact with these young people, to hear some of their stories and to help shape them. I couldn't be prouder than I am of the kids and of the program of StoryArk.
So many glowing reviews we're getting today.
Oh,
We're blushing. That was wonderful. I love that. So we're gonna next, we have another video to show you, and it's gonna be about the breakout rooms. Breakout rooms in our camp, basically after a guest speaker like you just saw, gives us like experience or like talks or whatever. We go into our breakout rooms to work on our individual projects within 3 groups. The 3 groups are podcast, film, or literary arts. I was in literary arts for 2 years and I love it. And then it was a wonderful experience. So I would like to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what a breakout room is. There'll be a video that's showing up soon, and it'll be basically discussing a drawing by Jay and Cassidy sharing a draft for her poem, Nothing is Real.
is there anything else that we're going to be seeing, Tufa?
So this is a drawing. It is basically just about like sleep and how sleep is like a way to get away from all of your problems and stuff, and how like sleep is like, I don't know, for me at least personally, I sleep a lot to get away from stuff that I don't like or I don't want to do. So yeah.
Wow. It looks really cool.
Thank you.
I love, what'd you say?
I said thank you very much. Sorry.
No, you're good, de nada. I love all the detail. I like the rung with the flies and the scribbles on the board, the report card, the time. Yeah. The incense, that's a vibe. I like it. It's really cool.
Thank you very much. I really, really, really appreciate it. It took me a little while.
Anyone have any feedback?
It looks really cool. I like the bugs. I don't know what they symbolize, but like it just looks cool.
Thank you so much.
Do the bugs have a meaning?
Well, I kind of just thought they looked cool, and like the bugs on her face, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they looked cool and kind of just like I kind of want her to look like she doesn't care about anything right now. She wants to sleep. She doesn't care that she's like there's bugs on her face. There's food that's going bad. There's the time she's failing. She doesn't care about any of that right now. She just wants to sleep.
So this is my poem. When the flip switched, so did I. I'm now floating through life in a haze, not making any mindful decisions, just rehearsing the script the simulation has already set in place. Everything feels like nothing. Emotions don't exist in this world, only the constant feeling of being aware of every part of your being at all times. It's crazy, really. I'm so aware, but somehow when I'm driving from place to place, I don't really operate anything. I just let go. And before I know it, I'm at my destination. Time itself is a lie, as hours and minutes can feel like the same duration. I can be anywhere I want. All I have to do is unfocus my eyes and let my mind take control. Everything around me could be fake. The strangers I see walking their dogs aren't really there. It's like a constant pins and needles feeling rushing up and down my spine, as all the what if questions take over my brain.
Wow, that's it's just always so good to hear and really see what that looked like inside the breakout rooms. Speaking of which, we will get to see more of all of the students' work that was produced inside said breakout rooms. And of course, I would like to redraw your attention back to the Boom Site mini mag that we showed you a bit ago, so you can see full versions of those. So another thing that we did while we were doing these camps was icebreakers, trying to bring people together and show them things that get them to see things about each other that maybe they otherwise wouldn't have known. So one of the ways we did that was through polls that we did on Zoom. So we're going to do one together now. So a little thing will pop up and you can answer, and then we'll get to look at that. So we're going to be asking you what's your favorite way to experience a story? Is it the reading a book, listening to a podcast, watching a movie, listening to music, enjoying visual arts, or reading poetry? So you can go ahead and click what you answer. I think since I'm a podcast person, I'll have to go with listening to a podcast.
Yeah, so far we have reading a book in the lead, with listening to a podcast and watching a movie not too far behind. Watching a movie and has tied with reading a book, and we have listening to music on the board now. As we continue on, I will give 10 more seconds for the poll. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here's our results.
Wow, reading a book and watching a movie up there at the top with 38% of participants tied for both, agreeing that those are their favorite ways. Listening to a podcast comes in at 12%, listening to music following, and enjoying visual arts in last place. And no one was into reading poetry. But you'll get to do all of these things as you continue to experience the StoryArk Festival. Wow, look at that. Thank you very much, zoologist Summerday, for bringing that up. Now, I would again like to toss it over to Tufa to talk about literary arts as a genre here at the storytelling camp.
Yeah. I can't unturn my camera for some reason, but that's okay. I'll just have like an ominous voice. Anyways, so could you resend that? I think I touched later, but okay, so I'll start. So hello everybody. My name is there you go.
There we go.
Okay. Hello everybody, my name is Tufa, and I actually participated in the camp, and I was in the literary arts creative team. So what is literary arts? So literary arts is where a group of students get together and they can create any creative projects such as poetry. They can make short stories. They could do drawings like we saw from, I think Cassidy was the one who drew or Jay. One of the
Jay.
Jay drew it, and then Cassidy did the short story, or you could do a comic. All I've seen in literary arts. So Pamela, did you have a question for me?
Yeah, Tufa, I just want to know what inspired you to be in the literary arts group?
So what inspired me is that I always wanted to, what is it? Do short stories, but I didn't really know how to do it. And when I saw that literary arts was an option, I went for it, and I was able to use my experience as being Muslim and a Muslim girl in America to make a drawing. And I really loved that so much that I decided to continue with it. So that was my experience. Now we'll look at some of the other people's experience with our camp. For the festival, students had the choice of presenting their works as either they reading it themselves or someone having it read it for them. And then Bennett, one of our film EP, took a selection of our pieces and he put them all together. So
Okay, so
yeah.
can you give us like a little example of what we will be seeing today as far as the genres? What will we be seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see some short stories, you'll see some personal essays, you'll see some poems and some drawings like we saw before. You can, and also I have to mention this, you can view this and read this, all of the works in our Boom Site mini magazine that Pamela is holding up, and online, the full things on our website.
All right, take it away.
This is an excerpt from a novel by Aidan Connolly. As he takes another quick look back at Emma, I can see the worry and nervousness that's starting to form on his face. I recall seeing this face more than a few times on missions, but the most memorable was in Vietnam. He made the same face just before we were attacked by the enemy squadron. It seemed as if it was a sixth sense, so I knew that there was a reason to worry. The virus forces the host to die, but it reanimates the corpse with certain tendencies, he explains. What tendencies? I say with worry in my voice, scared because I know he's not explaining everything to me. It's hard to explain, and as I've already mentioned, it's classified. So if I tell you, I could lose my rank, he says. Are you seriously saying that you're still with the Force? Then why have you been showing up here for the past 6 years to keep tabs on me, huh? What's so secret that you have to watch me undercover? But when she saw Cole, she rolled up her lips to reveal a mouthful of sharp, fang-like teeth that had once been perfect, straight set of teeth. She stood up and made a ferocious and animal-like roar. Cole quickly turned around just as she started to run at him and pulled out a gun from under his coat and emptied several rounds into her until the gun clicked empty. I looked at her dead body in horror, and I turned to face Cole. You shot her! I screamed at him. I had to. She was infected by the virus, he says. Cole squats down by Emma and rolls up her sleeve to reveal a scratch on her forearm. It was swollen and purple and oozing some sort of opaque pale liquid. But you shot her, I stammer. I did what was needed to be done. I'm doing my duty by killing her. Protecting Subject M36, he proclaimed.
Coffee and tea. You're not my cup of tea. I'm more of a coffee kind of guy. You're right. I'm not coffee. I'm tea. You never liked tea. Not the way he does. He loves tea. And a tall glass of ice or hot in a mug. Green or sweet with lemon or honey. He helps me understand just what it is to be tea. And looking back, why would I ever want to be coffee when he loves tea?
Sometimes, on a rare occasion, when she wasn't either blasting music or being entertained by anything else, she would arrive on the same question. Am I ever really happy, or am I just constantly distracting myself from how I always feel? Do I ever feel truly happy? Her mother once told her that if she didn't feel like smiling, she didn't have to. Sometimes she'd find herself alone and still find herself with a content look on her face, and then simply let it fall. Over her life, she had changed her natural resting face to be more pleasant to others. How did she know if she hadn't tricked her mind into thinking the same thing, that she was content and calm? In her room, alone, these thoughts would hound her, the bright blue room surrounding her, seeming to mock her in her pain. Her room seemed to be the perfect example of her facade, the bright white and baby blue symbolizing purity and serenity, while all she felt was chaos and pain, her silent companion watching, observing, and always judging. Her life an interactive movie for them to toy with. The judgment from her peers and family would drive her insane at times, her body not feeling right, never looking good enough, and always being an outcast. At times she felt as if her companion was the only one who saw it all. How she'd fall apart and then try to put herself back together again.
My Goodbye Letter, written by Ozma. Where I am from and who I am. My name is Sundus, and I am from St. Peter High School. I am a Muslim girl that grew up in Africa. Certain times, when people ask you where you are from, you don't get the chance to explain or give them the answer you would like them to know. People have a lot of different backgrounds and beautiful stories, and today I'm going to tell you mine. I am from Africa, born and raised. My mom and dad are both from Somali. I have never been to Somali, but I heard a lot of beautiful stories. I grew up in a state called Nairobi, Kenya, where people are friendly, loving, and caring. There's one language that is spoken in Swahili. My family and I live in East Lake 8th Street. I lived in these tall apartments, 2 bedrooms and 2 baths, where the balcony of the house, you can see the city light up at night. People working hard to feed their kids and trying harder for the next day. Millions of people would come to our side of the city because we live right beside the shopping mall. I would see different kinds of people and people who come visiting a place they used to call home. It doesn't matter where you're from. There's always a story to tell, no matter what is good or bad. People have different struggles, and to hear that sometimes makes you more appropriate about yours. To see my mom work hard for me makes me better today. I worked hard to provide for us and put clothes on our back and pay for school and was there for us. I'm not writing because I want to, but because it is okay to struggle and to let people know where you are from. Don't be ashamed of where you come from and the place you grew up in. Some people don't have memories, but you can start making them today.
Just beautiful stories coming through. Everyone had so many just amazing things to share and say. And again, those were only snippets. So please, I implore you to check out the full things because they're all just so wonderfully done.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome. Mind-blowing, the stories.
Yeah, it's so cool to see how everybody's final project looks. Like watching it from the beginning to the end.
Well, beautiful and excellent. And someone else we actually had, again, as a transition, I blew that. As that was our literary arts group, we had authors, an author come in to share with them about the process to really help them through it. One of said authors was the award-winning author of several novels, including 2 for young adults, Best Friends Till the Best Lies and The Queen's Soprano. That would be Carol Dines. So here's what she had to say.
Hi, my name is Carol Dines, and I am an author. I was so impressed by the depth and commitment to creativity on the part of the students. Well, it was a joy to work with them. I look forward to working with the next camp. And I wish all the young artists the best of luck in this, in the conclusion and celebration of this camp. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
I love all these little shout outs. They're all so sweet.
Very nice.
Now, as things continue on, I would like to summon Haley onto our screen to talk about what we're going to be doing next.
All right, everyone, if you have been paying attention with your bingo cards, you may now cross off duck. And if you have a bingo, please put it in the chat because we would love to see if you have bingo and have been paying attention. Just kidding. We know. So right now you will have gotten Play-Doh in your welcome package, and we are going to be making ducks because when asked what is distinctive about southern central Minnesota, we said duck hunting. And now you may make an actual duck, like a mallard or something. Hashtag The Office. Just kidding. But I made this lovely rubber duck, and
It's so cute.
I made this before the camp started, so we have a little example. And later on, after the intermission, while you're making your duck, we will have you turn on your cameras to show your lovely ducks. But you, of course, do not have to. Thank you for listening to me.
I don't have my Play-Doh, Haley, so can I draw a duck? Would that be okay?
Yes,
an excellent idea.
I'd love to see
right? I don't have Play-Doh.
It's a great idea. Yeah, if you don't have Play-Doh or someone else took it, yeah, feel free to draw it. I love that idea.
That was me. I did take it from the welcome package. So sorry, Mom and Dad. Just kidding. I can hear my mom laughing.
Well, as mentioned by Haley just a second ago, we are going to be moving into a 5-minute intermission, so you can make your duck or go get a food, a drink, a beverage, eat some of the candy we've provided for you, and use the restroom if you have to. We will have our lovely band, None Above, come back on to give us some jams while we do that. So yeah, enjoy your 5-minute intermission, get what you need to get done, and don't forget to make your duck.
All right, see you soon.
I feel like I need to stay a while. You got something on your mind, but I ain't trying to run a mile, so I don't wanna waste your time spinning around my supermodel. I don't wanna leave just yet. Feeling your body move legato. I know you could dance like that. We get obsedated. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. They're in a rush, so take it slower. I just wanna know you're mine. Oh. And you got everything I needed. I think I'll leave all the rest behind. I think I'll leave all the rest. I think I'll leave all the rest. I think I'll leave all the rest. I think I'll leave all the we get obsedated. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. And I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. We get obsedated. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. We get obsedated. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. Baby. We get obsedated. My whole reality is so faded. And when I get up next to you, the skies are turning blue. I'm just trying to see what's up with you, baby. I give you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You're coming back for me, back for me. And if you don't come on back for me, you're gonna be missing me, missing me. I give you 1, 2, 3. You're coming back for me. And if you don't come on back for me, you're gonna be missing me, missing me. Yeah. You and I wish you would've gave me time. Wish you wouldn't say goodbye. You didn't have to lie. Could have been you and I. Say it, say it, say. Say it, say it, say. I give you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You're coming back for me, back for me. And if you don't come on back for me, you're gonna be missing me, missing me. Wish you would've gave me time. Wish you wouldn't say goodbye. If you don't come on back for me, could have been you and I wish you would've gave me time. Say goodbye. You didn't have to lie. Could have been you and I. Say it, say it, say. And I'm not with it, but if you do really want it, you need my forgiveness, baby. Say it, say it, say. I'm not with it, but if you do really want it, you need my forgiveness, baby. Say it, say it, say. Ooh, ooh. Say it, say it, say. Ooh, ooh. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you so much, None Above. Fantastic as always. I would like to welcome everyone back from our brief intermission. Hope you got everything done because we're jam-packing this second part as per usual. But first of all, Haley, how's our duck contest end?
Our duck contest. We need to see your lovely faces and ducks. If you would love to turn on your camera so we can see them, please. Oh my gosh, I love that. They're so good.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna show you my duck. I'm gonna show you my duck. Okay.
Also, if you did drawings, we'd love to see them too.
Yeah. Oh, I love all these ducks.
Oh,
these are.
Well, my husband.
I love the variety we have going on. Oh, fantastic ducks. And I love the drawing
I
too.
love all of your ducks.
Representation for the 2D arts. Wow, I love everyone's ducks. And I know we said it was a contest, but you're all winners. Surprise. I love everyone's ducks. Wow, thank you so much, Haley, for coming on and hosting our duck contest. I hope everyone learned a little bit about sculpting or drawing. Thank you so much. Congratulations, everyone. Fantastic work. Now, just to kick things straight off into the third gear question mark, second gear, I suppose, this is the second part of our show. I would like to go straight into our podcasting portion of the camp, and I would like to bring on Bennett, who was my co-leader of the podcast group here. Hi, Bennett.
Am I on? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
All right, great. My name is Bennett. I'm an EP at StoryArk. I was in the podcast camp and in the storytelling camp. And the podcast that I made with my group, which Peyton was in as well. Yes, I'll give you that shout out, Peyton. What you doing? We made a little talk show. It's called POV. You listen, we talk. And so it's a student-led conversation about some lighthearted stuff and some deeper stuff. And this is just a preview, a little sneak peek. It was you of what we created. POV, you listen.
It was a good movie.
Have y'all seen Snyder Cut?
Oh, I've not seen it yet. Everybody's been telling me about it. Everybody's like,
I saw like 3/4 of it because I left like in the middle. But what I saw was like,
I've seen
it was. You've seen it all? You've seen it all,
not
Hunter?
all of it. I've only seen a little bit of it. It's kind of the same with a few like quality of life improvements.
Nah,
because
nah.
the original movie wasn't.
It ain't the same at all, though. They changed so much. The whole story is different. So when I watched the original Justice, by the way, my camera died. That's why I'm on my phone right now. But in the original Justice League, they don't have like any explanation for what's happening, you know. But in Snyder Cut, they take the time to go back and they like give inciting incidents and give like, you know, explanation for things.
I had a
really
fish that
tried
could
like
play checkers.
Do we know
How?
if
How,
DC has
Peyton?
recast?
No, wait, because Peyton just said something here, right? And I want to ask her about it because everybody just brushed over that. What do you mean?
I had a fish that could play checkers.
What?
What do you mean?
Yeah, wait.
I had a beta fish and her name was Sparks, and I would set out a checkerboard, and then she would swim to which piece and then which like row to move it into. And we
Oh
played
my
checkers.
god. That's
No.
sweet. That's so cute.
That's nice.
I also had a bird named Mike, and he played Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, bro. Get out of here.
No, it's like
why are you raising like animal prodigies? What is going on?
True stories, both of them. Also, shout out to Bennett for being the editor for that. It looks fantastic. And again, you can check out the full thing. Speaking of which, I don't know if I mentioned this, but really quickly, in that the Boom Site mini mag that we have, there's a little QR code, I think at the end of it, that if you click or scan after the show's over, you can watch the videos that we have been showing to you in their entirety. So the podcast and the movie that is coming up. So anyway, with that thank you for showing it to us, Pamela. I appreciate it because I don't have a visual to. I would like to bring us back to the literary arts.
Yes, so we'll be now looking at more literary arts projects that were done by our students.
Okay, I'm reading a part of a short story that the literary arts group did together. The title is called Unpleasant Truths. A dark figure stands, breathing heavily. It turns its head left and right to scan the surrounding area. It stoops low for a moment and reaches an arm to the ground. It picks up a bullet, misshapen and coated in blood. Does every murderer feel this sense of thrill? It's nothing like the movies. The blood and gore are real, but they leave out how much fun it is. Should I find so much pleasure in the kill? Where's my humanity? The figure examines the body that lies at its feet. With this final glance, it turns and shakenly walks away. That's just scene one. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you so much for reading that. Now I need to do the rest of that.
Yeah, briefly, I wanted to explain what that was because I think I just scammed over that. Basically, what Cadence presented was our literary arts as a whole group. We created a project, a creative writing short story, and all the students came together and wrote that. So yeah, that was the thing you just saw.
And that was just part of it. So again,
Yeah, it was just
in its entirety. It is in the Boom Site magazine, and you can also read it on our website, StoryArk website. As soon as the festival is over, those links will go out in email, so you'll be able to view the entire project.
Yeah, and there's the link in the chat if you want to just get it now.
All right, so that was what the whole team, the whole group wrote, right? That was okay. Fantastic. Well, another great segue from Peyton is that, whilst the the literary arts group was working on their big story together, they were also doing individual projects, and part of the literary arts circle that we follow is music and lyrics writing, because we do have members of our wonderful band, as Cadence, for example, as you were seeing, who just read that, do lyric writing. So we have done that. part of this, we invited a Nashville artist who came and did some fun stuff with us. So we have another shout out from Jeff Dayton, who's a Nashville artist who played guitar for the Hall of Fame legend Glenn Campbell and did gigs backing up Willie Nelson, Vince Gill, Bo Diddley, and Toby Keith. So let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, it's Jeff Dayton. Young people get to ask questions, and they get to hear me talk about the way I see things and do things and where I've been. Has been really valuable to them. If I can do me, and it inspires somebody to do them, I think that's the coolest thing there is. So that's what I always say: is be yourself till it's your turn. Okay, catch you later.
I love his little music notes. Once again, I get to summon Haley from the depths to talk about our film group, who is the final team to be represented in the festival.
Thank you. I did the editing, so I thank you for that comment, because since I'm up here, I might as well say something about that. Okay, so right now, if you're paying attention in your mini bag, you will see Disconnected. Sorry, it's backwards. And there's a little QR code to watch the whole film. And if you lose it or something, you can go on the StoryArk YouTube or the website. So we have a short film called Disconnected, which is about a girl tries to tell her best friend she has a crush on him, but Zoom technical problems kind of keep getting in the way. So it's kind of current with the Zoom technical difficulties like in school. And so how we kind of came up with this, so we did this short activity where we in StoryArk where we came up with this character's name, and then we branched off kind of coming up with the different characteristics that the character would have and kind of make the character a whole and see who this person is. And then while we started coming up using this other activity we use called Story and Plot Arc, where you kind of have to, which you basically follow to make a good story. Otherwise it's like, what? Because there's got to be plot hurdles and internal and external struggles. And so kind of once we came up with that, the story just kind of started to write itself. And now we have Disconnected.
No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Ooh, sweetie, is that David? Are you finally going to tell him?
Mom!
You've liked him for so long.
Hey, Skylar, what's up?
What do you mean? We always call it this time every week.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm actually about to go into...
You have to go into what?
Practice. I got 5 minutes, though. You wanted to tell me something?
Yeah, we've been friends a long time, and I feel like nobody knows me better than you. And I know a lot about you, and we still like each other. It's a miracle. What I'm trying to say is that, David, I really like.
Oh, sorry, Sky. Connection dropped for a minute. Well, what were you saying?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying that we've known each other a long time, and I realized that I really like.
Oh, sorry, one more time?
David, I realized I know you. I really like.
Oh, come on!
What's up?
David, I really like you.
Ring 2, cause I need you. I said I moved on, but that ain't true. I'm so hung up, wishing I could hang up on you.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, fantastic.
That I was actually in the breakout room when they were formulating this film. It's so fun to see it come together. Awesome job, guys. Love it.
I have to go watch the full thing. Wow, excellent work. The film group really did it. So excellent. But of course, we have a little bit more from our literary arts team. Some more some more of the creative work that was done. And yeah, as Emma says, that was excellently done. As I can't say enough about everyone else's, like every team's work, is that everyone just produced something that I think we should all be very proud of. And so, excellent. Yes, we do have a little bit more from the literary arts team, some more wonderful of their creative works, their personal projects. We have an excerpt from a personal essay, a comic, a poem, and a story to sort of wrap up the projects that were represented, that were finished in the film, the literary arts group.
Right, take it away.
Say What You Mean by Jacqueline Quach. All my life, I have dealt with microaggressions and racism. From the snide comments about my lunch to the mocking of my slanted eyes from my peers pulling their eyes upwards. I never really paid much attention to it though, because no one else did either. As a child, I was tricked into thinking this type of harassment is normal. Now, I look back at how I was treated and how I felt, and look at my younger brother. I wonder if he is being treated like this in school, and because of the normalization of racism towards Asians, thinks that this behavior is okay, as I did. The moment the false reality tore apart in front of my eyes and was exposed for its true grotesque form was 9th grade. I was nonchalantly scrolling through my Instagram feed when I happened upon a video of a young Asian American woman. She was a food blogger, and the video was a recording from a live stream she had done inside a restaurant. The woman was no more than 25, and all she was doing was eating her food quietly and reading comments. Suddenly, 2 middle-aged white men who were walking past her shoved her frail frame into the booth she was sitting in and started yelling out a cheap imitation of Mandarin while tugging at their eyes. They were laughing as this poor woman shrunk in her seat and tried to smile. She didn't say a single word, and this was real funny to them. They pushed their faces closer to hers and laughed. As I watched this video, my stomach churned. I watched in horror as no one around her did a single thing. Not one person in this crowded restaurant batted an eye. I looked for articles, threads, comments about this situation and came up nearly empty-handed. Only a handful of people had spoken out in outrage, and no one had reported it. This was the moment I realized that no one cared.
Art Blocked by Anya Harbo. Bah. Sid. Harper. I didn't know you'd be done so soon at the studio. Yeah. We sat down at the bench to talk. So, how's your day going so far? Not great. Remember that huge art show that I have to make a painting for worth 70% of my grade? Well, that's tonight. And I still haven't made any art for it. Well, what do you want to make? I don't know. You could do it about something that inspires you or about something that you love. Yeah, but Miss Stenson said she might not let me pass unless I do a classic landscape piece. Well, you think about it. Well, I have to go now, but I'll see you later, so it's good. I hope you think of something. I walked to the park hoping to find some inspiration, or at least a landscape to paint. 8 hours until the show, 8 hours to do this project. Do it about something that inspires you or about something you love. I have an idea. I worked all day. My project wasn't exactly a landscape, but I was proud of it. But when I finally made it to the art show, my confidence was gone. Miss Stenson finally came to my artwork to grade it. What is it? It's me and my girlfriend, our first kiss. Well, it's not a landscape. I decided to do something that meant something to me. I wasn't sure what she thought of it. I went home that night not knowing my grade. I would find out the next morning. A+.
This is Jasmine's poem, Any Borrowed Time Left. She is a rising junior from St. Peter, and this is her poem. Why do you run away from me and pretend as if this is a game of tag? I just about catch up to you, only to be reminded that I can't. Oh, time, we're all a slave to you. You never stop for anybody, and that I know is true. As my body always changes like the seasons thanks to you, time, I constantly am under pressure to live my life to the fullest, yet I have just reached my prime. While you may not be tangible as if you were a person, I still feel your weight on my shoulder. You are truly a burden. I shall ask for your forgiveness as I have been painting you in a negative light, but please do understand you make it feel like I'm always having to fight. Youth is like sand. I cannot hold onto every last bit of it, invariably worrying instead of taking action. Oh, I suppose in your old eyes this makes me look like the biggest hypocrite.
I went through a dark tunnel my whole life and thought, this is my light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully, you haven't thought that I committed suicide or hurt myself in any way. The decision I have made is I'm going to pursue my dreams of being a journalist, and I'm going to cut all contacts with any family members or anyone I've left behind. In the beginning of this letter, I mentioned the golden rule and how you should treat others the way you want to be treated. And I realize that is what I have been doing all of my life. But somehow, that treatment hasn't been reciprocated. I spent the majority of my life trying to realize why and question if I was the problem. The truth is, I was never the problem. The actual problem was the people were projecting their fears onto me. They would fear that I would be too powerful, or I would succeed as a dark-skinned woman, or I would be treated horribly because of my differences, or I would diminish their egos, or worst of all, fear of standing for what I believe in and standing up for myself. There are two ways to rise to the top and one way to rise. For some people is to bring down the people who are already above them, which is what most people in my life have done. I chose to do it the second way, which is to better myself, encourage myself, and most of all, follow my dreams. I have now flown to London to pursue my dreams of becoming a journalist and will continue to rise. I hope you do the same. Sincerely, Layla Johnson.
Wow, what impactful stories, Peyton. What are some of the thoughts that you come away with as we listen to some of those?
They were so good. It's always like amazing to me just to see like what students are able to create and take away with, and the sort of like emotions that they're able to convey in just such short like time periods and over the course of this camp. Always like hearing the products that have been created is it never ceases to be probably my favorite part of this process.
Oh my God, absolutely. I am truly inspired to keep writing myself. This is just an awesome way to express yourself and to tell your story. I'm really enjoying it. Yes.
Well,
hey,
and hey, welcome back.
Yeah, I will. Troubles.
Understandable.
The show must go on anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What I liked is how diverse. What is it? You guys already seeing how diverse literary arts, because it's literally so wide and broad. You can do anything.
Yes, yes. All right, what's up next, guys?
Well, as we've concluded our sharing, our like storytelling process of this, I'm sure as you've seen these stories, many of you may have questions about either the products or the process or anything StoryArk related. So I would like to invite my fellow EPs and any students who participated who are willing to answer questions. Please feel free to join us to go ahead and turn on your cameras. And if anyone has any questions they would like to ask us, again, about the projects, the stories, anything related to it, I would invite you to put those in the chat, just because I know the value of being able to engage with the faces behind the projects and the people who made it work. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We just have a little short time set aside to answer them because, you know, obviously, some of us enjoy talking. Yeah, I invite the audience to go ahead and ask a question, and it will be answered by someone from the panel, or perhaps all of us. Also, Hunter, one of our participants. Thank you so much for turning on for joining us over here on the panel.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions?
Oh, okay. So I'll act as the little like question asker, I suppose. So we have, or unless Pamela, do you want to read the questions from the chat?
Absolutely. This question is for Jessica. Hi, Jessica. She wants to know what surprised you about engaging in your group telling story process.
Wait a second, are you asking me?
Anyone?
Yes, go ahead.
And if you
Hunter.
want to answer, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So my feelings on the storytelling engagement, was that it?
Or the storytelling process.
Oh,
What surprised you about the process of storytelling?
on how what's the word? On how free it was, or the freedom of it. Like everything except for the subjects was improv. We just sat down at the record button and just had a conversation right there. And I would say it was pretty fun having it created and have our artwork put into that.
Yeah, thank you, Hunter. I like the part where you said it was freeing. So was it freeing in the aspect of that you got to get something off your chest because you got to tell your story in the manner in which you love to do? Was it something happened in that process with you?
Yeah.
Do you feel like telling us a little bit about it? Is that too personal?
So I did confess to like a group of people that I did in the like what was it again? I think what was it? Oh yeah, I did put my underwear until I was like in the 3rd grade, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll say this, something that's been really great, and I see another question in there is, how long do you find you have to interact with your group to get to a point where you can share your feelings openly? For me, the two questions are actually combined because for me, it was cool to go from being strangers and none of us knowing each other and being shy to watching us get comfortable with each other and then all share in a common vision. And for me in this camp, it really was when we came up with our story and we started sharing in the same vision that all of us became more comfortable and started talking and collaborating. So I guess to me, it was actually it was surprising and awesome that as soon as we started talking about what we were trying to say, that everything flowed from there. And that's when everyone opened up. So yeah.
See, there's another question. What do you like most about being an emerging professional?
I can answer this one. So I had a bit of a unique role in the camps where I did not specifically go into the breakout rooms and help create the stories because I was helping out with all the tech things, so letting people in if they had problems, whatever. So I got to kind of have an outside view as things were progressing of I didn't exactly know what was happening in the breakout rooms, but we came back and told each other about like, hey, this is what we're working on. This is like how we're doing. And it's a very cool process to be able to see bits and pieces of something you know is going to be really cool, and then sitting down and being able to see the full thing. And that's a really, I think, great experience.
All right. Thank you, Summer Day. Okay, I think we need to move on. I think, Tufa, that you have a survey maybe that you were going to explain to us.
Yes. Okay. So basically, this survey will help, is required as part of our funding from Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation and the Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council. It basically allows us to keep this camp going, and allows us to do so much more and expand, and more importantly, we learn from these. So any feedback you give, we take in, and then we observe, and then we can improve on it, hopefully. And it just keeps getting better, so please do take that survey while you're head out, and also look at the online if you want to know more about it. The full thing is online.
Yes, your feedback's really valuable to us, so we really appreciate taking the time to fill out the little survey. So, thank you.
Okay, and lastly, I just want to thank everybody for coming, and we're going to bring Stephanie back on. She has some important, valuable information, and also a few takeaways. Thank you, everybody, for having me. I really enjoyed this time with you.
Thank you, Pamela and Peyton and Tufa. You were amazing hosts. Snaps too. I really appreciate the way you led us through in the flow of the program that you all developed. So thank you for that. I wanted to give a huge shout out while you guys are filling out this survey to the Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation and the Prairie Lakes Regional Arts Council. Because without them, there would not have been a storytelling camp, nor would there have been this festival. In addition, of course, without the 3 school districts involved, Mankato, Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton, and St. Peter, we would not have had participants. And so we really appreciate as well the support of them and the achievement and integration dollars that they use to make this possible. One of the students shared that what they liked about storytelling camp is that it brought together so many different people of various points of view to gather around the common love of art. And you experienced that tonight with those different points of view, from rural to small town to metropolitan, and all in South Central Minnesota. And we're so grateful to the participants for sharing so authentically and having the courage to show your life experience. Just a reminder that everything, you got a sampling tonight, everything is available online from the digital program that will have a link to our website, which will have everything, including the recording of the festival, newsletter that will be coming out, and also our podcast on the StoryArk Network. So thank you again for filling out those surveys. The last thing that I'll say is that we are a nonprofit, and so I would be remiss if I didn't, ask for donations should anyone feel like doing that. My hope is that Jenna can put a link into the chat for us with that. And one of the things I like best about, Hunter got bingo! Yay, Hunter! If anybody else did, let us know. But one of the things I like best about what we do is it takes us back to the beginning of time when humans sat around the campfire and they shared their experiences through storytelling. And it is still the best way to gain understanding and build empathy of our experiences, to come together in our common humanity, whatever the issues, wherever we're at and whatever we're doing. So thank you for spending this time with us tonight. We will have one more song from None Above, and I'm going to put one more time the link in the chat for donations, in the hopes that you might want to support what we do, and especially help us provide the technology that we need for students so that they can come online and do this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stay on to listen to the last song as None Above plays us out. And again, thank you so much for completing the survey. It really helps us develop the best programming possible and makes us provide the experience that will have the most impact on our students and also on our listeners. Thanks very much. None Above, play us out.
I spent all day trying to find the light, the time, the gift, my life for you. Ooh. And since I only see you in June, I thought I'd make something for you. Ooh. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of every kiss. How everything feels alright when you're around. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of life with gifts. How everything feels alright when you're around. And I can't get to sleep thinking about you and everything you do. Ooh, I know I only see you once a year. I know you've made it very clear. The weather's just not as nice here. Oh, it's this summer crush I face. Oh, it's the rush of every kiss. How everything feels alright when you're around. Oh, it's this summer crush I face. Oh, it's the rush of life with you. How everything feels alright when you're around. You're around. And I'll see you next year. I know I will. I can't wait. You make me feel so awake with the pinks and blues and yellows too. And this summer purple hues. What a lovely time. What a lovely flower. Pinks and blues and yellows too. And this summer purple hues. What a lovely time. What a lovely flower. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of every kiss. How everything feels alright when you're around. Oh, it's this summer crush I've missed. Oh, it's the rush of life we live. How everything feels alright when you're around. You're around. When you're around. When you're
The game you said, oh,